Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. I'm out and about, so I won't show my face today. I'm out camping, but I do want to give you guys an update this weekend. Yesterday on Friday, August 23rd, 2024, Fed Powell did come out and say the time has come for policy to adjust. The direction of travel is clear, and the timing of pace of rate cuts will depend on incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risk. So basically, the market takes this as possible rate cut coming up in September. So market, really happy. Russell went up quite a bit, 3% versus Nasdaq, which went up 1%, S&P 1%, and also Dow Jones 1%. So this week we had earlier in the week on Monday we had a fall through day, but by Thursday we did have a distribution day. So let's jump to the chart right now. So here's the Nasdaq chart. So right here, the week before that we had two follow through days, as denoted by this blue arrow here. So so right here, and then we had another one here. And then this Monday, we also had another follow through day. So we had like 3 follow through days, which are all up days of 1% or more on higher volume than previous day. And then this Thursday, we had a distribution day. Basically, it fell back to the 50-day moving average, which is the red line. And then on Friday, because of that Fed news, the market jumped, right? So if we go to the 5-minute interval or 15-minute interval, 5-minute here, you see we actually gap up on the open before the Fed speak, and then I think the Fed speak around 8 o'clock Mountain Time or 10 Eastern Time, and then it keeps going up right here. But it did kind of fall back and test the open lows here actually a couple of times, as you can see on Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq actually, wasn't as strong as Russell for sure, but it did bounce back by the end of the day, so that's the good news. So that's very important. So hence we have this bounce back, from the 50-day right here on Friday, right? So that's at least we tested this some sort of level here, which is the moving average, the red line. So that's really good news, right? Let's jump to S&P as well. S&P, is much stronger, as I mentioned even in the previous week. You can see it's nowhere near the red line, which is the 50-day, and it hasn't touched the 10-day as well, the green line, which is really strong. Okay, that's my go-to line. I always use the 10-day. And then look at where it closed, like pretty much near the top, new closing high, and we are very close to this 56.69, right? So I really like how this chart is setting up. So before we jump to Dow and Russell, I just want to jump to equal weight QQEW for Nasdaq 100. So the equal weight, you can see, it didn't touch the 50-day as well. So again, the equal weight is definitely acting more stronger than just the general Nasdaq. And then if we go to RSP, equal weight S&P 500, look at where we are right now. We are making new highs as of Friday. So this, again, not only is the general S&P doing well, but even the equal weight, meaning more stocks are actually performing better. So this is really good sign for this rally. So yeah, I just want to bring that up because it gives me more confidence to keep investing. And here's Dow Jones. Dow Jones is also doing pretty well. I mean, it's near new all-time high as well. Look at how close that is. Like just not many points away. So we're looking forward to that as well. And also this one didn't touch the 10-day. So again, showing lots of technical strength. And then finally we have Russell, which has been the laggard. Was the one that correct quite a bit. This 3-day drop was really severe. My portfolio got hammered here as well. Unfortunately, and I do have a lot of stops around, you know, the 10 days. So you know, anyhow. But now, you know, since that, you know, August 5th low, with all the carry and trade overseas and things that happen, and we have bounced back really strong. And look at this 1 day 3% rise, right? Obviously, Russell's bounce on this good news from Fed, and you know, who knows? Maybe Tom Lee will be right. He's been saying that, hey, we're gonna see a 40% rise from here towards the end of the year for small caps. And who knows? Maybe he could be right. Like, but definitely there's gonna be some money rotating to small caps, and maybe this time it will work, right? Like, cause last time we thought it's gonna work, it didn't, cause it fell after it make a new high. We'll see, because you know we will come. This slope is really strong. You can see the channel line at the bottom, very similar to this slope here, very strong. So we're gonna get tested at this, you know, level here, right? And we'll see if it does come back up. Let's see what happens, right? Like if it, you know, able to go through that, and you know, so yeah, a lot of the small caps are on the top 100 list. I will show later. And so today we're gonna only make one video, so just so you guys know, because again I'm out and about, so I don't have that much time. And yeah, so that's that. Let's look at quickly the um sectors here. So I'm not gonna go through the chart, but you guys feel free to look at it yourself. XLK, the technology group, above 50 days, so you know, not too bad. XLC, communications near high. XLP, the staples near high. Discretionary is above 50-day. XLB, materials coming back up. Industrials are at new high. Utilities at new high. Health, XLV, very strong, also at new high. And that's where a lot of the biotechs and so forth, they're definitely dominating a lot on my top list. XLE downtrend, so probably energy is still weak, quite weak. Financials is hitting new highs, and XLRE also hitting new highs. So lots of index are hitting new high in the sector group. So again, another sign to me, we're bullish. Of course, some people argue, oh, you know, we have utilities and health and real estate at new high. You know, those are defensive sectors. You know, but somehow it seems to be like other sectors, like I said, is starting to catch back up, which is not a bad sign. Like, yeah, and then staples is near high. Again, people argue staples is more recessionary trend, but we'll see what happens, right? But right now, other sectors that are non-defensive sector is starting to move up, which is a good sign. And just some of my other notes here that IBD has pointed out, like XHB, I've taken a position in this just because the stocks DHI, PHM, Toll, Leonard, they don't have really strong earnings compared to meet my criteria. So I just buy the home builders group. Let's just jump to it right now. XHB. This is also a really good sign for the economy, because if the builders are doing well, you know, which they have been for the last year and so forth, but recently has built a long base, broke out, but then it fell apart again. And then this time it's coming back up pretty strong again, 45-degree angle. So we're close to new highs again. So let's see what happens here. But yeah, XHB, you can see I started taking the green markets, my entry positions here, and yeah, so hopefully it will keep going. We'll see. Then we have XPI Biotech. So this one's building a nice cup with handle pattern. You can see right here, and here's the traditional buy point. We are very close to breaking out. Like so we'll see what happens. This may be again, I'm seeing lots of biotechs doing really well recently. So and they dominate in my top 10, 20 list for sure. And so we'll see if this breaks out. Like, I mean, we could have a huge one, right? Like for XBI. So that's exciting. Let's see how that goes. But a lot of those stocks that I'm monitoring are very extended, so that's a problem. So we'll see. So we're gonna jump to SMH, semiconductor group. You can see on the weekly chart, we kind of, you know, near the halfway mark. It is slightly below the 50-day moving average right here. On the daily chart, you can see it more clearly. That's the only problem, okay? Because I don't know. Like, I mean, some stocks have bounced back, but not all of them has, which is kind of weird because you would think they all would perform relatively well at the same time, but they're not. So let me show you example, right? So obviously on the good side we have NVDA. Like, you know, you can see here I'm using the 50-day line as my mark, my benchmark here, and right here Nvidia is above it, so that's a good sign. It's also rising the 10-day. You know, I'm slowly building my position in this. If you know, if it does work, then hopefully it'll break out of this trend line above here, so that will be a critical trend line. But let's look at another example, TSM. You know, right here you see the 50-day line, so it's just sitting right there, right? So it's not above it. It was above it, but then it came back down. So you know, a little bit of weakness here. And then look at ARM. So ARM is way below the 50-day, so this is also weird. Why is this not bouncing as fast as it should? I have no idea. Look at AMD. So this is the 50-day line. I actually don't like this chart because the 50 days on the downtrend, and then you know you have the 200-day, which is the black line right here. They're converging. But again, it's not above those averages, so which is not a good sign. You know, but another good one is AVGO. This one is above the 50 days, so this one is good. But there's a lot of tech stocks that are not above the 50 days. So again, SMH is kind of mixed bag. I don't know why it's performing not as strong as it should be, because I would think the bounce should be stronger, and it's not. And you can see that really clear here on the RS line right here. It's actually trending down recently, so it's a little bit weaker than it should be. Okay, so we're gonna jump to IGV, which is the software area. And this one, I mean, it's been kind of like a long base here. We're near the top of the range again. This one's acting a lot better than SMH. As you can see, it's above the 50-day, as well as trending the 10-day right here. So looking pretty good. So let's jump to the big caps for now. Let's look at Microsoft. Like, look at this compared to IGV, right? It's kind of weak because it's below the 50-day, and it's actually trending back down again. And you can see the RS line has been going down, which is really weird. I mean, for AI stock that's supposed to dominate the software world, why is it doing this? You know, I don't know. It's really weird. Let's go to Google. Same thing with Google. Look at this. You know, it's supposed to be an AI titan. What's happening right now? Like, why is this on a downtrend? So again, there's some sort of money being pulled out from these guys and maybe moving into other areas. And you know, we talk about RSP, the equal weight S&P is doing really well. So money is actually getting pulled out from these guys and into those guys. So let's go to Meta. Meta is probably the strongest one in the group. You can see it's all near the highs right now. It's going to test this, and so far it hasn't succeeded. Again, RS line going down. Like, why is this happening when the market is acting so well recently, right? So I don't know. This is really weird. So let's jump to Amazon. Again, very similar. It's all on a downtrend below the 50-day. So, okay. So let's jump to now Apple. So obviously Apple, you know, acting pretty strong compared to those other guys. The 50 days actually sloping up pretty strong. 200 days sloping up. 10 days is really nice. It's riding the 10-day right now. Obviously this one also corrected quite a bit recently. And because there's anticipation of the upcoming event in September, that's probably why this stock is still doing better. Let me jump to Tesla. Again, look at Tesla. I mean, the 50-day is just right here. So it's not like super bad or anything. It's just, you know, it's not, you know, again, I'm expecting the mega cap should be like more like in the upper range, right? But it's still stuck in the middle range, which is kind of weird. So we do have NVIDIA earnings coming up, so watch out for that. This coming week, it will move the tech area quite a bit, I'm sure, especially chips area. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to jump to the Fed Watch CME future, 76%, expecting a quarter point cut in September 18, and then about 24% expect a 50% cut, right? So basically, this too means that there will be a cut for sure. It's just a matter of whether it's a quarter point or half a point. So we'll see. So we're gonna look at the NYSE advanced decline line. You can see on Friday there's over 2,000 stocks up and 200 stocks down, like a 10-to-1 ratio on NYSE. And looking at this S&P chart here and the advanced decline line, which is really healthy. Like I mean, the NYSE is doing so well, which represent a lot of S&P stocks. And Nasdaq, again, it has climbed back. It's not at new highs, which is like the New York Stock Exchange. And so next we will look at the IBD signal. We're still in confirm uptrend. So we're still sitting at 60 to 80% allocation. We had two, the blue here means that we had fall through day the previous week, and then Monday, as I mentioned, we have another one. So as you can see, the accumulation has started still going, and that's a good sign for this rally. And same thing with industry groups, we're seeing that as well. On the sector side, it's not as strong as I want like this week, but it's starting to move up again. You can see there's the net accumulation distribution, industrial pickup, financial pickup on Friday, technology retail also pick up. Health is doing okay, and energy commodities are okay as well. So we'll see what happens. We did have the distribution day on Thursday, but on Friday, because of that rebound, it tend to negate that. So hopefully we can stay positive going, forward. Now we are entering the last week of August. Probably going to be very low volume as people are on holidays. And then I'm sure, September comes, things will, be more action there, and we'll see. So this is my top 100 stock list here, based on performance right here. You can see HRO at 94%. Again, lots of biotechs in this area. So they're doing really well. Elway and food dairy products 77%. Upstart also in finance consumer loans. They also make new high, so that's really good sign. Strong relative strength, high relative strength, 3-month, daily, and weekly. Then we have TEM, which is an IPO in the medical area, AI related. Yeah, so TEM, AI related. So doing really well right now. So number 4 on this list. CDNA medical products. I've also color coded the sectors here, so it's easy to tell what's dominating. You can see green which is the health sector, is dominating top 10 here. CISO financial service, ADMA biotech, AXGN medical products, ASPN chemicals, specialty, Iowa biotech, Kawa. This one did really well on Friday after the earnings. Let's jump to it. I don't have a position in this, unfortunately. I didn't pull the trigger before the earnings. I just feel like just too much risk, and obviously they were gonna do well just because I keep hearing their stores have so many people all the time and so forth. But I just didn't want to take that risk because there's so many stocks that already reported that are already doing well. So anyhow, this exploded on Friday. Even in the morning, I didn't pull the trigger on the open. It was only up 8%. By the end of the day, it was up 20%. So right now, obviously, it's extended. 10 days right here. This is the green line. So we'll see if it pulls back a little bit and then bounce again. Maybe that will be an opportunity to get back in. So that's that. We have VCYT Medical Research, INSP Medical. So again, lots of health stocks dominating. Then we have Credo in the Technology Network Group, Security U, Shopify Enterprise Software, Powell Electrical Power Equipment, KRNT, Machinery General Industrial, TGTX, Biotech, KVYO, Software Enterprise. So there's a few software enterprise, younger names here. Shop is not younger, but COHR, Semiconductor Group, PRCT, Medical Systems, Docs, Software Medical, CSTL Medical Services. Then we have Spray in Biotech, Inta Software Financial, SC Internet Content, FLNC Energy Alternative, RXXT Medical Products. And then so we don't see as much green going down here. As after that, we have CLBT in Software Enterprise, Shack Retail Restaurants, RKT Financial Mortgages, FN Electrical Contract, NG Internet Content, ACLX Biotech, FTNT Security, AS Leisure Products, NU Banks Foreign, App Loving Software Enterprise, Education Media Duolingo, VRNA Biotech, Groupon, Retail Internet, Tree, Finance Mortgage. So there's a Rocket and Tree doing pretty well. 4 Finance Credit Card, this one also doing well. Let's keep going here. Palantir, Software Enterprise, CPRX Biotech, Qfin in Financial Service, KNSL Insurance, Monday Software Enterprise, Run Energy Solar. So this one has come up quite a bit. Let's just take a quick look. So here you go. We have this pullback recently, another pullback here. So those are opportunities to get in, and now we're making new highs on Friday. Yeah, that was a good day, 7% run there. We have Axon Security, USAP, Steel Special Alloys, NVDA, Robinhood in Finance Investment, CLRE Internet Content, TXG Medical Products. So this one also came up quite a bit. So let's take a quick look. TXG. So it went through a long-term correction, but it's starting to bounce back right here. So yeah, moving pretty good. On to electrical semiconductor, Dash, Retail Internet, Tzu. I think that is travel related, I believe. Let me just quickly take a look here. Yes, travel. Yeah, so this one also doing really well. So you can see I don't have any position, but this pullback right here. So it does bounce here. I'll probably take a position. API, Consumer Service Education, MRX, Financial Service Specialty. There's lots of financial service specialty area. HG Insurance, Uber Leisure Service, PAX Medical Long-Term Care, WGS Biotech, TMDX Medical Products. Let's take a look at TMDX. So it's a nice uptrend right here after this pullback. So it's nice riding the 10-day, looking very strong right now. So that looks good. We have DFH in the building, residential, Turn, Biotech, MVMI, Semiconductor, ANF, Retail, Apparel, Shoes, TTD, Commercial Service Advertising. So this one is also doing well. So you can see it has broken out right here. It's been riding the 10-day pretty strong. It hasn't come back to the 10-day once yet. Yeah, so you can see the green marks on my positions adding here as it goes up. The red lines are basically my stops as I move the stops up. So that's that. All right, JXN, Insurance Diversify, C1, Financial Service Specialty, Cal in the Retail Apparel Shoes, UHS. This is Hospital Group, and this one, broke out right here. Very strong 3-day move, which I missed. Actually, I think I had an entry position here. Yeah, but I didn't buy on the fall 2 days. And then it pulls back, and then that's I had to I think it hit my stop. Then it started to bounce on this upside reversal day. You see where it closed at the top on that day. And then basically that's when I enter again, and then I start adding. It's been looking pretty good so far. Look at this 10-day slope. It's on the run right now for sure. Then we have NTRA, Medical Research, FTAI, Financial Investment, SUPN, Biotech. Lots of biotechs, right? ACVA, Retail Wholesale Automobile, Workday. So this one report this week. Software Enterprise did really well. Again, I same day as Friday, right? So yeah, I haven't taken a position yet. Just want to see how it reacts after the it's very good technically. It's above all the moving averages. So the 10-day slope is going to look like this right now. Because it's so far away, generally they do either go sideways or pull back. So we'll see. Yeah. So then we have AZPN in software enterprise, PNTG long-term care, Form semiconductor, Melly. So I think I mentioned this stock before. Melly, really strong stock. Look at how tight it's holding right now. And again, one of the signs that I look for in a rally is looking at this green line, which is the 10-day moving average, right? Let me just take out all the markups for a second here. And this is the, generally, if a stock is weak, right, it will come back down and touch the 10-day, which is the green line. But in this case, you can see it hasn't come down to it, which is very fascinating. And so this is a really strong uptrend. And so, if it bounces and break out from this area, I'll be adding more position. Like this is the kind of downtrend, which is very minimal slope. So yeah, so I just want to highlight that because yeah, very strong stock. So let me jump back to here. VKTX Biotech, PSN Software Enterprise. So there's lots of software enterprise, right? But they're not your big names. They're more your smaller names, or mid cap names. SN. This one has been doing well, so keep watching for this. GTN, Media Radio TV, OLED, Electrical Products, LLY. So Lily, has been doing really well, and so let's take a quick look. Again, this one very similar to Melly, right? Like here's the 10-day, and look at every time it drops, it doesn't want to come down to the 10-day. Again, this gives it signs that it just want to keep going up. And look at Friday here, right? Or even this week, like, it closed most of the time at the top range, and then on Friday, even it was down, it just didn't come down much, right? If it was a weak stock and no accumulation behind the scene, it will just come straight down. So another sign of accumulation here on this stock. ACHC, medical outpatient home care, ARM, semiconductor, here, consumer products, PBPP, retail restaurants, Way. This one is a software medical stock. I think I mentioned this as well. IPO, really strong chart. Like, I mean, this breakout is it fell right here, but then after this fell, it works the second time. So I mean, this chart is just straight up. Again, look at the 10-day green line, right? Never came close to it. I mean, this was the closest right here. So right now the 10-day is right here, and usually that's where I set my stop. And again, look at this. It's way above this 10-day. Hasn't want to come down to it, and still looking strong. Anyhow, CrowdStrike, it's come back a lot. CrowdStrike, right? I think it is reporting this week, so you're gonna watch out for that. In 4 days here, but it has come back a lot. I mean, yeah, there's no complaint about it. Looks really strong, but the earnings going to be very important because they might get hit because of what happened. So I would be cautious about this one. HAYW, Retail Leisure, WIS, this is the one oil and gas group, right? Not many stocks in that 100 here. WIS, Utility Electric Power. Let's look at that one. Again, there's this AI team about electrical power. So and utilities are, we know is hitting new highs right now. Now this is the downtrend line, which it did, came above right here this week in the last couple of days. And it followed through on Friday, so really good sign. So yeah, I sold out right here, but then I bought back in right here. So let's see what happens there. Then we have HWM in the aerospace defense, right? And then a couple more here, DCPO, software enterprise, and so forth. So in general, like I said, the top 100 here is acting really well. A lot of biotech stocks, software enterprise, a lot of the smaller ones are in here, doing really well. So hope this helped you guys do your own research. And again, none of this information It's an investment advice. Please do your own study here. And yeah, this is a short video. Hope you guys like it. And give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. Until next week.